Hey, what's up guys, Zyper here and welcome into a brand new VJ tutorial about how to create your own VJ loops. I know you guys are waiting for this since a long time. I'm really sorry, I was really busy this summer. Had a lot of gigs as VJ, light operating and sometimes DJing a little bit just for fun. And now I'm back to business, back in the studio. I've created a lot of new stuff. I think I found the time to upload some free stuff 2 or 3 weeks ago. And today I will show you how I've made the base animation of that series. So guys, here's what we're gonna create today. One thing before to start, if you haven't seen my older tutorials, go to my website zypervisuals.com in the tutorial section and check them out. I think there are 3 tutorials now. Start with the first one and the second and the third, and today we are ready for the 4th. Guys, let's jump into After Effects. So once you're in After Effects, what we are going to do today is create 2 sprites, one blue, one white, and create 4 different form grids. So you have this perfect grid with your sprites and add some effects over it. So here I've added just a Kaskade that we see last time and make him rotate it. Each 2 beats. Gives this amazing effect. So let's start it. Create a new composition. 720p, we're gonna name it line grid 01, make it 16-second length, 30 frames per second, 720p. Okay, add a new solid. Name it form 01. Then we're gonna create a new sprite, new composition, sprite. Name it base sprite. 150, 150, 2-second length. And here we go. Oh, why does it look like this? So create a new solid in the sprite. Make it comp size, name it sprite 01. So and before animate something, we're gonna use this sprite to make a perfect grid with form. So select the layer, double click on the mask and search for the stroke effect. I'm gonna use stroke, add it. So just to have a stroke around it, and maybe we can search for fill. So we can really see where our mask is. Put stroke and the fill like this. Put it a little bit wider. Yeah, something like this looks nice. So this is not for animation. This is just a base. You're gonna see. You're gonna understand what we're going to do. So go back into line grid 01. Here add trap code form, like we did last time. Base form, push Z to 0, X size to comp size like this, push the particles down so we don't have too much render time in the first time. Particle Z to 0. Then go to particle, particle type sprite, import your sprite, hide it, go back into form, texture, layer, base sprite. And here it is, wonderful. Push the size up a little bit like this. And now we're gonna create our grid into form. So I want it to be small, to have a lot of small sprites, but not too much. So here I have too much, maybe push the particles in Y, a little bit down, size a little bit up. Yeah, like this, looks nice. And now we're gonna search the perfect size that we don't have any black area between them. So maybe something like this. And now just push the particle in X a little bit up. 16 looks like nice. Push maybe a size a little bit down so I don't overall. Yeah. Yeah, look nice. So now what we want to do, so here I can animate it with just one sprite. I'm going to show you the trick. So duplicate or base sprite, because we're going to use it a little bit later. Name it Sprite 01. And I'm going to create a sprite that I've made. So add a new solid. Name it Sprite 01. We're going to trace a mask. Something like this. And add the stroke. You can do it with stroke, and if you had the 3D stroke from Trapcode, you can do much more things with it. So it's a little bit an advanced stroke. So if you have 3D stroke from Trapcode, I think I used this one. You can change the taper here and have this look, and then you can change a lot of things. Maybe you can do it with stroke too. Let's see. Start at now you can do it. So guys, if you don't have the Trapcode 3D stroke, you can use simply stroke from from After Effects. Does the job, can do lots of stuff with it. We're gonna make it a little bit funnier. So if you have 3D stroke, or maybe you download it or buy it on the Regent website, I'm gonna show you some tricks with this one. So I'm gonna reset it. So that's what we want to do. Maybe bring the mask a little bit up. Yeah, so it looks perfect. So first of all, what we're going to do is push the thickness a little bit up, maybe to 15, like this. Then in the taper, we're gonna enable the taper. Push taper starts, taper end, pretty much the same. 48. Maybe move the offset a little bit. Yeah. Looks nice. I'm happy with this one. Great job. It's always strange because, you know, when I do it live, like in the tutorial, I never really know if it's going to look great or not, or if it's going to look like what I did in the final series. So then just upscale it. So we're gonna search this one here, pan behind. Don't really know how it names, and we're gonna search this point here and push it here in the top corner. And why we do it is because when you scale it, it scales from this point. So basically it's in the middle. So if I made my scale, it scales like this. Doesn't look really nice. And if I push it here in the top corner, it's coming from the corner in the other one. And that's exactly what I want. So push one keyframe at frame 0 at 0%, and then go up to 15, 100, like this. Boom. Beat reaction. Then what I did is just duplicate it. Special technique, like we do all the time. Duplicate it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Search for opacity and push the opacity down. 50. Oh, 25. And 15. You know how it does. Oh. Doesn't look so perfect like last time. What did I wrong? Yeah, just push everything here. Like I said, it never looks perfect when I do it in the tutorial. And push the thickness up. Yeah, that's what I did. Like this. And now it's looking nice. Yeah, I love it. So, and it's 2-second lengths. We're just gonna push the opacity down on the last 50 seconds. So go to 150, opacity, and push everything down to 0 so it's just fading out. I don't know why I have this strange background, guys, but won't be focused on this now. I think you don't have it, and hope it's not gonna disturb me later. So now we do sprite, go back into line grid 01 and just replace this base sprite. So for replace it, I just alt click. So I select the sprite, I push alt, search sprite 01 here, and just push it over it. And it's gonna replace it. And what's really nice, it's maybe if you have one comp with a lot of animation and you just want to change it for another one, you do alt click and push it over, and it's gonna stay, all the animation, all the keyframes gonna stay on it, but it's now sprite 01 instead of the other comp. And here we have our animation. Looks great. So, problem here is that in the third that we have had in the beginning, we have one blue, one white, and it's changing all the time. It's moving, and that's why I have 4 different forms. Where are they? Here. I have 4 forms. One is white, one is blue, the other one is white, and the other one is blue. And so it's animating. It's, if I push the kaleidoscope back, it's always animating 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's 4 different forms with always the same sprites. So for this, we need to change our grid, or base grid a little bit. So that was the base idea, and now we're going back into the project and just duplicate the base sprite one time, change the color, maybe push this one to green, this one to blue. It doesn't have to look nice, it just have to look really different so you can adjust it perfectly. So 1 sprite, 2 sprites, make one with sprite 3 with this one in blue, this one in red, and 4th one I go a little bit faster in this tutorial, guys. If you have some questions or if I go too fast in something, just write me an email at contact@zyper.com or tweet me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, guys. Zyper World. So, or write me a comment on Facebook or anything. I'm going a little bit faster because there is a lot of things to show you. And this time I haven't so much time than the other one to prepare the tutorial. So I'm doing it, but yeah, I do everything live this time, guys. Just for you. Make it, yeah, like this. Okay, so now we have 4 different sprites. Go back into our line grid 01. Or maybe duplicate it. Duplicate it, name it line grid 02. And now it starts to be funny. So push back our base sprite like this. And now what we have to do, we have to have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it looks like easy, but isn't not so much. So duplicate form 1 time. Add sprite 02. And change the texture to sprite 02. Then just push into X down. So it has to go half. Maybe it doesn't work. Yeah, like this. It looks horrible. But it's normal, guys. Sometimes you have to do horrible things to have something that looks nice at the end. Make the same for here. And here too. And now what we have to do is just move it like this. So 1 time and then duplicate it. We have to rename it. Always rename everything as perfect as possible so it's clear. And if you have to work with other guys or send it to a friend or something, it's clear for everybody. Sprite 03, hide it, form 3, change the texture, push this one up or down, like this. And fourth one, form 04, add base sprite, hide it, and change it to texture, form 04. Warning. Oh, sorry. I think we did something wrong. Yeah. It looks better like this. As I told you guys, this is completely live. Oh, stop. Yeah. And now, if you want, you can push it perfectly, everything. I'm just gonna push this one to 10. This one 10 to this 2. And then try to place it perfectly. And just upscale it. Maybe you can push this one to 30. 30. It's the boring part of this tutorial, but that's what it makes looks really great at the end. Just try to place everything perfectly and then upscale the size of the particles. Oh, yeah. Something was strange like this. Okay, should work. And now just push it up maybe 35 and this one maybe 35 too. Oh yeah, looks great, perfect. 35 and 35. Okay, looks great. And then just add one more in Y6. I do it live, I do it a little bit faster, but first time I tried to do this, I think I spent all the night just to find the idea and find how it works. Sometimes you put a lot of time, maybe one night or two, or maybe 1 week, just to do one basic thing. And once it's finished, you're happy with it, but you can tell yourself, fuck, was finally basic. Just push this. Okay, starts to look great. So if you want to do horrible animation, guys, here's a nice idea. Put a lot of colors and just horrible stuff, and then maybe add an adjustment layer just for fun with Kaskade like this and make it rotate. And here you... And that was the tutorial for today. Horrible loops. Nah, guys, just funny. Oh my God. So, little bit fun after all this boring stuff. Now it's gonna start to be interesting. So, take all the 4, first, don't be too fast, duplicate. So we already have a base, line grid 03, and take all the 4 sprites and change them against sprite 01. So, now you're gonna tell me, okay, but this looks exactly as what we did before. Yeah, but we have total control on each 4. So now what we can do is push some delay. So at frame 15, I'm gonna take this 2. Oh no, that's true. This one and this one back. So auto save. Really important, guys. Always auto save. If you are crashing, I'm crashing all the time. Auto save gonna save your life. Oh, okay. Maybe it's a little bit too long. Yeah, a little bit too long. Just push the sprite down. Bring this up. to frame 50. And we're going to make it just 1 second length. Going to be more dynamic, I think. And just push it back to 1 second. Here. Yeah, now it's looking great. So now what we have to do is add an expression to loop the sprites. Because if you want them to loop all over the comp, or you're going to duplicate the sprites or the layer or doing some strange stuff, or you're going to use an expression. And okay, maybe it's not the best thing to do here, but it's going to really save your life in some other situation. If you want just to make a strobe effect and you put 2 keyframes and want to have it looping during 1 hour, instead of copy all the keyframes or duplicate the layer or everything, you just push an expression for looping and it's going to save your life. So take the first sprite, right click on it and search for time, enable time remapping. This is going to bring you 2 keyframes, one at the beginning of the layer and one at the end here. And what we are going to do is push this 1 frame back, just zoom in like this, search for 0, copy, paste it here at 1 second, alt click on the keyframe and write the expression loop out cycle, comma, 0, like this. I'm gonna push it into the description, so you just guys have to copy paste it into the expression here because it's a little bit boring to write. And now the first sprite is looping. So you're gonna see all the other ones are stopping and this one is looping all the time. And it's perfectly looping each 1 second. So do the same for the other one. Time, enable time remapping, time, enable time remapping. And it's important to always push the last keyframe 1 frame forward and go back to 0, because if you don't do that, it's gonna loop with always 1 frame more. And if you're looping on a long time, your beat effect isn't perfect. So just do it each time. 1 frame back. 0, 0. Alt click and just copy paste the expression. And now you can see that it's looping all the time. So that's a nice thing. Now, next time is just put 1 in blue, 1 in white. So let's put form 01 white, form 02 blue, and change the sprite type to sprite colorized, color blue. Like this. Nice blue color. And then form 03 white, form 04 blue. And just copy paste the blue value here. So you have exactly the same blue. Sprite colorized. Blue. Like this. And perfect. Once more, I did it wrong. Why did I wrong? Okay. So 2 has to be white and 3 and 4 blue. It's all live, guys. Sorry. Blue. Hope the tutorial don't gonna be too long because I have a lot of other stuff to show you, and yeah, it's a little bit of boring part. Sprite colorized, color blue, like this. Yeah, now it's looking nice. Start to look interesting. What do you mean? So, all the stuff I did is have them look all in the other direction. Like this. And to doing this, we're just gonna take the Sprite 01, duplicate it, and rotate the 4 layer. 90 degrees. Push them down. This, duplicate it, Sprite 03, rotate 180, push them back. Duplicate 240. Oh no, that's bad. 270. Like this, go back into line grid 03, and now we're gonna take, so Sprite 1 is okay, Sprite 2, or actually is this one, I think. We're just gonna take it and so Sprite 2, we're gonna add Sprite 2 here, Sprite 3, Sprite 4. Okay, doesn't look exactly the same as what I've did, but that's just the way you push them. Yeah, it looks a little bit different. It's okay. But that's exactly what I want to do. They're all going in a different direction, looping perfectly. What else? So now my problem is that my first frame is black and the last frame here, I see everything. So my looping isn't perfect. And I can fix that in a really easy way just by taking all the 4 sprites and push them back. Back into time, in the past. And as they are looping, if I push them perfectly back here at frame 0, everything is here and start and loop and playing, and that's nice. And I have exactly the same frame at the end. So my looping is now perfect. And once my looping is perfect, I can exactly do everything I want, add some effects, add some mirrors, or everything you want. So let's just add adjustment layer, CC Calada, and now let's play. That's how you make it look awesome. So many possibilities once you did all this boring stuff. So what I've did, I took it, I think, to flip-flop, push the rotation to 0, flip-flop, no, size 100, no, fish head, okay. Can smash, this one, yeah, this one, so can miss, or any other, and I just push a keyframe on rotation. So if you press U on your keyboard, you're gonna see all the keyframes you add for this layer here. Go to frame 40, add another keyframe, and at frame 50, make it rotate from 90. I think it was something like this. Oh no, that's bad. Change nothing, just go to 1 here, push the frame at 50 and at 50 here. Yeah, like this. So it stay at 0, and now on the second beat, it's rotating. And make this, so it's a little bit boring too, but I have to do it. Push another keyframe, and at 2, add 90. Here, keyframe, here, add 90. Other keyframe, here add 90, and normally you have done everything. Yeah, so here you add 1. So what you can do is just going one frame back here, add a keyframe, and here normally push this to 0. Yeah, perfect. And now that here is 0 and your first frame is 0, you can loop this. So just take this, copy, I'll click on the rotation, paste, and now it's gonna loop all the stuff perfectly on my bit. Comish is bad. Yeah, wheel, that's what it is. Yeah. And now it looks really nice. Perfect, exactly what I want. So, I think we have it. Is it not so perfect as the final result, but here's the idea. So guys, one last thing I want to show you. I did it on the other loops. So push the adjustment layer for the Kaskade data back. Add a new adjustment layer. And add motion tile. This one. What motion tile is going to do is expand your layer and duplicate it all around him. So when you're moving the tile center, it's gonna loop and restart on the other side what happens here. And so you can move it as much as you want. You just have it to loop perfectly. Maybe here you're gonna see, oh, I think it's looking, yeah. You see it's not always the same, or, oh, we did it perfect. Guys, we did it perfect and all live. No, so it's looking perfect, but sometimes maybe if I add, push them up, I'm gonna show you. If I add this one, no. If I add just something here, push it under my motion tile, and make a motion tile move, you're gonna see when this one is going out, it's coming in on the other side. So in here, it's exactly what's happening. So you just have to make your border clean. So here it's perfect. Don't really know why, but better like this. And then you can move it as much as you want. So we're gonna animate it, push it to 0 and 0. Add a keyframe. Push, that's my trick. Push the shape in a corner. Maybe here. Go up to 16 and move the tile center. 1 time, 2 time. Whoa, don't too fast. Really pay attention because you easily do too much. So 1 time, 2, 3, and 4. And push it exactly here. So the last frame is the same as the first frame, and the looping of our animation is perfect. And then make it go, yeah, you can make it go up if you want. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like this. Hide the shape was just a marker. And here it is. Looks really nice. I love this effect. And then you can add the kaleidoscope, and everything is moving much more. So guys, that's the trick to make the animation of my third. So guys, that was it. Hope you liked the tutorial here. So guys, that was the trick to make the fourth free series animation line 03. I'm sorry guys, I know this wasn't so much perfect than the other one, maybe a little bit more funny, but long and boring to do, I know. I haven't so much time to prepare them because I'm really focused. I work in a lot of some light show and some real vjing with some real audio clip, like the ping pong clip I did. Cost me a lot of time, but sharing with you is always funny and I love it. So if you guys have some questions or anything, don't hesitate. Send me some comment or some message on Facebook, on Twitter. You can write me emails. Everything you want. Just feel free to contact me. If you're using my loops, make me a picture or a small video so I can repost you and maybe speak about your work as a VJ or at your venue or anything. And yeah, it's all about sharing, guys. So, and one last thing before to go, guys, I've updated some video on my Vimeo channel. So it's Vimeo/Zyper World. My name is Zyper from Paris, France. I've updated this amazing audiovisual show. I want to speak a little bit about it. It's a project I do all the audio stuff, all the lighting stuff, and all the visual stuff live. So you have some perfect synchronization between audio, lights, and visuals, and I play everything light alone. There was some tries, and we are actually working with Screen Club in Paris to make some shows every week live with lots of different music, different kinds, hip-hop and slows and a little bit everything. Really trying. It was really exciting, and I think it can interest you. So it's my audiovisual show. If you haven't watched it, look it, and if you like it, just push the like button or add a comment. You can share it on Facebook or everything. Other thing is I've updated my free series, so the first and the second one. So you can download them full HD, photo JPEG, and use it in all your gigs. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. My name is Zyper from Paris in France. Hope you like it. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere on all my social media. And if you like it, just share it. Write me a comment, ask a question, don't hesitate. Sharing is the future, guys. So thank you all, and see you next time for a brand new tutorial.